Okay, here we go. Today I want to share about the price elasticity of demand. The definition of price elasticity of demand, which is to measure the responsive or sensitivity of quantity demanded to the change of the price. Okay, as you can see, this formula that we provide on the graph, you can apply to calculate the price of elasticity of demand, which is you can apply it. That's a formula. Okay, for this slide, I want to talk more about the degree of price elasticity of demand. For the first one, elastic demand. Elastic demand, which is the condition is the small percentage changes in the price of the product will lead to the larger percentage change in quantity demanded. For the second one, the inelastic demand. Inelastic demand, which is the condition is the larger percentage of change of the price of product will lead to the smaller percentage change in the quantity demanded. Okay, for the next one is the third degree of price elasticity of demand, which is the unitary elastic demand. Which is the condition is the change of price of product is equal to the quantity change of quantity demanded. Okay, for the fourth condition is the fourth type is the when it perfectly inelastic demand. Perfectly inelastic demand is the condition the change of quantity demanded does not affected by the price change of the product. Okay, as you can see, this is the last slide all about the degree of price elasticity of demand, which is the perfectly elastic demand. This case rarely happen in our life because the small change of the price of goods leads to the infinite change of quantity demanded. So this is rarely happen in our life. So all of this type of degree, you can see the example of graph to understand, to have more, to achieve more comprehensive understanding.
Degree of price elasticity of demand. First, existence of substitutes. For product with many substitutes, demand is more elastic because consumers are very responsive to change in the price of the products. Next, proportion of expenditure on a good. Demand sometimes depends on the value of a good, whether it is cheap or expensive. For example, if tomato increases by 10 cents, it will not affect much to the consumers. Next, nature of goods. The demand for necessity goods is inelastic compared to the demand for less important goods. Then income levels. People in the higher income group will tend to have inelastic demand because they become less sensitive towards price change. And then time dimensions. The longer the period for price change, the more elastic the demand will be. And then habits. For example, cigarette smokers and alcoholics will have inelastic demand for these goods. Then complementary goods. Goods that have joint demand are inelastic. Lastly, frequently purchased products. Products which are purchased more frequently, such as coffee and sugar, will tend to have inelastic demand.
For this subtopic, I want to tell more about the relation of total revenue and the price elasticity of demand. Okay, the general equation, which is the total revenue TR, is equal to the quantity, which is Q, and the price, which is P. Okay, for the first condition is the inelastic demand. Inelastic demand is when the condition is when the price increase, it will be increased in the total revenue, which is it will go in the same direction. So it will be less sensitive to the quantity demanded. Okay, is the second condition, which is the elastic demand, and the price increase, the total revenue will be decreased, and it will go the opposite direction. The quantity demanded will be more sensitive. Okay, the second Second condition, which is the unitary elastic demand, are the when the price goes higher, the total revenue doesn't change because the change of price are equal to the quantity demanded. For this slide, I want to talk more about the practical theories of price elasticity of demand. The first condition is pricing theory. Pricing theories is when the sellers want to fix the high price, which is the inelastic, the demand of to gain the higher total revenue is high. Okay, it's such as the product of cigarettes. Okay, product of cigarettes, if the demand is inelastic, it still can gain more total revenue. Okay, again for the second, which is public finance theory, which is this theory can help government to increase to impose tax. Okay, it's all about tax. If the inelastic demand for the product, it government will impose more tax on the product, which and vice versa, which is the higher with low with the elastic demand of the product, the government will impose low tax.
Income elasticity of demand. The responsiveness or sensitivity of changes in the quantity demanded for a product due to a change in income. The formula for income elasticity of demand is Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 times with Y1 over Y2 minus Y1. Move to the next slide. Response of income elasticity. The first is inelastic income, a condition in which the quantity demanded for a product increases as income increases, although the income increases faster than the quantity demand. The type of good is such as normal good, food and clothing. Curves are upward sloping. Next, elastic income, a condition in which as the income increases, the quantity demanded for product increases, although the latter increases at a faster rate. Type of good is luxury goods such as antique furniture, jewelry, luxury car and gold. Next, negative income elasticity of demand, a condition which the quantity demanded for a product decreases as income increases. The type of good is given good or inferior good such as used car, salted fish and low-grade potatoes. Zero income elasticity of demand, a condition in which the quantity demanded for a product does not change, although the income increases. Type of good is necessity goods such as rice, vegetables, and salt. The practical importance of income elasticity of demand. There is two importance of income elasticity in demand. First is forecasting and second is promotional strategy. For forecasting, knowledge of income elasticity demand allows managers to forecast future demand and prepare supply to meet demand. Next, the promotional strategy. Different target groups are chosen to promote different products. If the product is a normal product, promotion will be effective to the middle class. In the case of luxury goods, the target group will be those who belong to the higher income bracket. Products such as low-grade potatoes will be targeted at people in the lower income groups. Promotions can therefore be planned accordingly. Move to the cross-elasticity of demand. Cross-elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness or sensitivity of quantity demanded for a product, in bracket QDX, due to a change in the price of related product, PY. The formula for the cross-elasticity of demand is QX2 minus QX1 over QX1 times PY1 over PY2 minus PY1. Next, response of cross-elasticity. An increase in the price of one product will increase the quantity demanded of another product. Applicable to substitute goods such as when the price of chicken increases, the quantity demanded for beef will increases. Positive cross elasticity is like as the slideshow shown above. Next, negative cross elasticity. An increase in the price of one product will decrease for another product and vice versa. Applicable to complementary goods such as when the price of the ink increases, the quantity of demand of pens decreases. Next, zero cross elasticity. An increase in the price of one product will not affect the demand of another product and vice versa. The product has no relationship, such as increase in the price of oil has no effect on the demand for houses.
Price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply measures the sensitivity or responsiveness of the quantity supplied due to change in the price of a product or services. The formula for the price elasticity of supply is quantity 2 subtract quantity 1 over quantity 1 times price 1 over price 2 subtract with price 1. It can be simplified as the percentage change in the quantity supplied over with percentage change in price. Degree of price elasticity of supply. Elastic supply is a small change in price that will lead to large change in quantity supplied. Inelastic supply is a large change in price that will only affect a small change of the quantity supplied. Unitary elastic supply is a change in price equals to the percentage change in quantity supplied. Perfect inelastic supply is a change in price that has no effect on change in the quantity of supply. Perfect elastic supply is an almost 0% change in price brings about a very large percentage change in the quantity supplied. Determinants of price elasticity of supply. Technology advancements is a modern methods of production expand output. Thus the supply tends to be elastic. Next, time dimensions. In the short term, supply tends to be inelastic. However, in the long term, supply becomes more elastic. And then, availability and mobility of factors of productions. When factors of production such as land, labor, and capital are available and can easily be moved from one occupation to another, supply tends to be more elastic. And nature of the market. When products can be sold in different markets, supply becomes more elastic. This is because a price fall in one market can be a good thing for other markets. Lastly, perishability. Perishable products such as agricultural products tends to be inelastic, while less perishable products such as manufactured products tends to be more elastic. Practical importance of price elasticity of supply. Taxation. Taxation is the concept of price elasticity of supply can assist the government in the formulation of taxation policies. Imposition of taxes on goods with inelastic supply will not affect the supply much. However, if the supply is elastic, taxes imposed will be reasonable. Next, burden of taxes. Taxpayers and sellers in the ratio of elasticity of demand and supply share the burden of taxes imposed by the government. Therefore, knowledge of elasticity of supply is essential to sellers and producers. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.